Hi friend, how are you? Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Brad and I am the Nickel City Mystic. Today we're going to be doing a tarot session all about looking at what are the next steps you need to take. Answering that question of what next for you. These sessions are just examinations of possible pathways. By no means does anything that you hear here today mean that you have to follow it or mean that it must be done. Just possible pathways here found in the tarot. So let's begin by just kind of setting up our space, easing ourselves into the moment here. And to do that, we're going to light a piece of incense, light a candle, pour some tea, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and begin with pouring our tea. And today's tea is Jade Temple tea, lavender infused, loose leaf oolong tea. I had went to a cultural festival this weekend, and there was a little tea stand, so I thought I would buy some and support small business. And I thought this was a good tea for maybe some relaxation, or just calming down and coming into the moment. So I decided to brew my first cup today with this. And we'll see how it goes. So I have my little teacup here. I'll just put that right here. And then I have my nice teapot, which was actually given to me by a relative, and it is made in Poland. Let's try a little bit. You can definitely taste this kind of softness of a lavender in it. It's quite nice. Okay, we'll put that off to the side. And let's go ahead and go into our space here, begin our ritual, if you will, starting with lighting our candle. So our candle is this yellow one right here. The candle is yellow, and yellow is the color of intellect and communication. which I think is great for doing tarot readings. I've been working on developing some candles here, and I was trying out a different wax. So you get to experience the testing with me here today. It's also a very stormy day here suddenly, so you may hear thunder or the taps of rain on the window. But no worries, all is well. We'll go from the other side. These matches are a bit excessively long, and I think perhaps getting some new ones might be in order. So now that we have our candle lit here, we can just go ahead and take a second and focus on our intention of hearing some tarot advice for what to do next. What are some next steps that we can focus on? And this can pertain to any area in your life, whether it's love, career, creativity, projects, anything like that. So go ahead and take a second and think about what is something that you would like to have some advice on. And let's go ahead and take a collective breath. So breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Very good. So, of course, if this tarot message does not speak to you, if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. This can just be something to listen to and enjoy. An ASMR artist that I really enjoy, her name is Jeannie B. She does what she calls these blah 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 videos. And if this doesn't speak to you, then let's think of it like that. Just a gentle blah 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 that we can put on in the background and just listen to while you're trying to fall asleep, trying to just relax, keeping it nice and calm and easy. So the next thing that I'm going to do here is take a piece of incense and I'm going to light this incense to clear the energy of the space as well as the cards. Just using our intention candle here to light the incense. Then first clearing the space, Clearing the deck that I have here in my bag. Clearing our crystals that we're going to use. Clearing our entire space. Just like that. Excellent. Okay. So I also have my notebook here. A lot of times what I like to do is use my notebook to just jot down a couple notes here so that I can remember cards that we pulled or insights that I might have. So I thought I might take notes of anything for these readings as well. So, today we're going to do 3 different options. If having options makes you feel uncomfortable, then please listen to the message as a whole and think about how it might apply to your mind, body, and spirit. So we're going to have rose quartz. We're going to have Celestite, and then we're going to have Amethyst. Okay. But first, we have to think of our question. So let's think about where you are looking for advice in your life. Take a second and think that through. Is it general advice on the next steps? Is it next steps in the realm of spirit, the realm of career, wealth and finance, anywhere at all? What are the next steps? Okay. So I like to cut the deck with my left hand. And our first crystal that we're going to pull for is the amethyst. So we have 3 cards for our amethyst. The next that we're going to pull for is our celestite. Finally, we have our rose quartz. So let's go ahead and begin with our Amethyst message. So if you chose Amethyst and you're wondering about your next steps, here they are. So card number 1 that we have here is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords represents someone who is moving very quickly and jumping into something. Swords represents the element of air and that intellectual nature. So when we're looking at this is someone who is going head first, taking the plunge, if you will, and going right into it. So if you're thinking about what to do next, there might be the need for speed and really just jumping in to whatever you are pondering about. Your next card is the Page of Swords. Very interesting. So we have 2 court cards so far, and they're both swords. Now, the Page of Swords represents someone who has a brand new idea, but they need to do more research in order to better understand themselves and understand the project and what needs to be done. So it looks to me like there needs to be some action that needs to be taken, but there's also room for research and room for the gathering of more information. This is possibly a intellectual pursuit, some sort of new thought pattern, new idea, something that's being fleshed out in the mind and will eventually translate to coming into manifestation. And your last card here is the 5 of Cups. Now, the 5 of Cups is a bit of disappointment. It's when one feels like something isn't going right, and it can be a little unnerving at times. The thing about the 5 of Cups is that while there are cups that are spilt, there are 2 cups that are perfectly upright and usable. So this might represent that you may need to act, you may have an idea of what you need to do, but you are fearful due to some sort of kind of feelings of disappointment or nervousness holding you back. But it's important to remember that all was never lost. It was merely a setback. The 5 of Cups and the 5s in general represent destruction in order to make room for growth. So you need to, at times, feel these types of ways in order to grow. So while this is a uncomfortable emotion, we need to be uncomfortable from time to time in order to grow. So overall, next steps is needing to take action, needing to really do some research and flesh things out a little bit in order to really work through the mental processes that need to be done here. I think it's very fitting that it is amethyst, as amethyst is the stone of psychic development, the stone of the mind, and mental clarity. So I think taking some time to really hone that clarity piece will be very helpful for you, and planning out those next steps so that you are able to take action when it's time to take it. Okay, let's look at our Celestite piece. So our first card is the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups represents happiness and joy. It's a card that speaks to emotional fulfillment. It also speaks to the need of changing things up after a while as we hit this point of satiety. So while it is a time for celebration and happiness and joy, know that at some point it'll be time to start a new cycle. Card number 2 is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is one who is starting a new type of emotional journey. It can be a relationship. It can be a kind of intuitive, creative project. It's all about this new start that is very intuitive, very emotional, and this kind of deep connection. It's a bit of a surprise, and it can be kind of come at random. And this is a card, again, as a page. It's one where you're just starting out, so more information is needed. There's plenty of room for growth here. And interestingly, when we're looking at this kind of 10 of Cups, this emotional completion and satisfaction, it makes me wonder if you are aware that there is some kind of new emotional, intuitive project or relationship that's on the horizon. And your last card here is the Hermit. And the Hermit is all about introspection. It is very much a Virgo card. It is an individual who needs to perhaps take a step back and look inward in order to find their way. So when you're looking to figure out how to navigate this kind of new, creative, emotional, intuitive project here, there's a need to look inwards first and understand your own emotions on the subject before you can really go forward here. So I would say for you, the next steps is looking inward and taking some time to understand how your emotions connect with yourself as well as outward with others, and even how do you connect emotionally with situations. And once you understand that, you'll be able to kind of move forward into your new cycle and really understand, okay, this is how I can roll with my emotions. This is how I can follow and work with my emotions. And you can use that to really help you through this next emotional cycle that you're looking to be on the precipice of. And finally, we have our rose quartz. Your first card is the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is all about putting in the time and effort in order to achieve mastery. So right now, you need to kind of go through the grind. And in doing that, you hone and you practice your skills, and every time it gets a little bit better. So it is at times tedious, it is at times slow, but this is necessary for you in order to achieve mastery. And your next card here is the Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles is all about one who is trying to conserve resources, and they're so afraid that they don't want to let go of what they have. And the problem in some ways with this is that if you only conserve and you only hold on to what you have, you can't really pick up anything new. So there's this seeming that we're doing a lot of work. There's a lot of time and effort that's being put into things, and you're gathering materials, but perhaps this gathering is only going to take you so far. You may perhaps need to think about what can you let go of a little bit so that you can bring in something new. And then finally we end with the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is very much a wish fulfillment type of card. So it's someone who is able to take a moment and enjoy all the things that they've put in here. And it's, like I said, frequently called the wish card. So it's when things work out in your favor and emotionally fulfill you. Now, as a whole, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, perhaps your next steps are, while you're putting in all of this time and effort, think about what are some things that you really want? What are some things that you really would like to achieve, like to feel, and think about how are you hindering yourself from achieving your dreams and your goals? Is there something that you can perhaps reduce or let go of so that you're able to go forward and try and pursue your dreams, your goals, and things like that? So taking the time to understand in what ways are you conserving yourself perhaps too much, and how is that hindering you from moving forward into the next kind of pathway for you. So I'm just going to take my notes here of your cards that we had. So Amethyst, we had the Knight of Swords. We had the Page of Swords. Five of Cups. For Celestite, we had the Ten of Cups. Page of Cups. Hermit. And for Rose Quartz, we had the Eight of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. And so, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this tarot session. I hope this helps you when thinking about what are the next steps that you need to take in your life. As I said, this is all just pathways. So please take what speaks to you and leave the rest. And with that, stay safe, stay well, and until next time, bye.